Hello, guys. Today I want to share my experiences with Korean professors and university classes. So, why do I want to share this? So, the reason I want to share this is because I had a very unique experience where I experienced both Western academics and Korean academics, and I've witnessed a big difference over the two. Uh, and I wanted to share my ideas on what's good or bad, what's like better or not. So, let me start. So, as a lot of you guys might know, I'm in SNU, which is the hardest university to go into in South Korea, and I've went into classes. So I attended classes, and I've witnessed a very strange thing. There's about two, and the two is number one is that nobody is actually listening to the professor, and they're usually just doing something else, which was really strange for me. And then the second thing is nobody asked questions. Like at the end of the classes, the professor would say, "Does anyone have questions?" And there was absolutely no one asking any questions, right? So those two are the most what kind of things to me, and that's the two things that happened. And what was even more surprising is how they prepared their exams. So I saw this guy and he was getting such good grades. So I asked him, "How do you get good grades?" And his answer was like so crazy to me. So what he does is he has his phone on recording mode. So he records the whole class. And in South Korea there's a you guys know one of those, like the AI summarize guys, summarizing AI. So he records the whole class and he would upload his voice note into that AI, and that AI would summarize the whole lecture. And he would just look at that and memorize the whole text, and then go to class, write all the answers down, and forget about it at all. And I saw him what he do in his own classes is he clicks the record video, like record button on his phone, and he does other classes' tasks or his work. Um, and that was quite surprising. And it got me thinking, what's like the consequence? What's the result of this whole epidemic? You know? And I think I kind of know. The thing that I realized is that by doing so, essentially, this whole university system and educational system is information being transcended, not transcended, like descended to the students, right? So the students basically don't create new ideas. It's rather them memorizing and downloading. It's more like downloading information from the internet into their brain, right? And then I realized South Korea is really good, or was really good, at being top 10. So, you guys will probably agree, but there's like a big difference between being number one and being in the top 10. So, I was always curious, like South Korea would have this really big and amazing companies, but they would never be number one. Like it's really so is Samsung phones number one? No. So Apple, there's Apple, Huawei, a lot of Chinese companies, but Google Pixel. So or LG or like these companies would pop up in my head, but they were really good, but they weren't number one. And and that got me thinking like why is that? And by looking in those professors lecturing, I found out why. So let me share my idea. So it's that if you guys might know, South Korea has gone from complete poverty. We used to be poor, like more poor than Filipinos. So we went from complete war of like $10 GDP per capita. That's what I believe was like in the 50s to South Korea currently in around 70 years, right? So that's like really amazing. And I think that was built by this whole information downloading into your brain. So if you want to be in top 10, the thing you got to do is you got to follow the number one, right? So I think that's what South Korea has been doing until now. It's by looking outside, seeing what's successful in the outer world, getting that information, directly descending it to the students, making them work, right? So it's really good at um, utilizing or using information that already exists, right? But it's not really good at being novel, creative, or coming up with new ideas. And I think that's why South Korea does not have top companies. And at the same time, that's why South Korea does not have Nobel Prize winners, right? So South Korea had never won a Nobel Prize. So I think recently a writer got it, right? So that kind of changes it up. But what I'm saying is, like, in scientific field or mathematic field, there's not been a South Korean who have won a Nobel Prize. But are they bad at math? No, they like China obviously is so strong. But if you go on IMO, like International Math Olympia, or like Chemistry Olympia, there's a lot of South Koreans, so they're really smart. But the problem they face is that when they enter university or as they continue studying, the whole curriculum is not formed to make novel ideas. What's a novel prize? A novel prize is a prize that is given to a novel person. So you got to come up with something new. South Korea is not good at that. South Korea is good at downloading information, descending it, making them utilizing and work. And I don't think that's bad at all. It's what propelled South Korea from complete poverty to the current state, right? And as you guys know, South Korea is facing some economic stalls. So it's kind of plateauing. And my idea is that if South Korea want to break through, if South Korea want to break through that whole plateauing phase, I think it got to change a bit, right? So we're already on top 10, right? So I think if you want to really propel to the next level, it's better to have those creative, novel people. Well, would that be easy? Well, pretty much not, for a lot of reasons, but that's what I think would be adequate. And as usual, I might be wrong, I might be right. It's all fine. So you guys could comment down what you guys think, and I'll see you guys on the next one. And I really do hope you guys enjoyed. See ya.